I'm Dave Pearce, and this is the Dance Cheers. Tonight we're going back to 2000, when Two Step took over the charts, and everyone was going to Ayia Napa. As usual, I picked out my top 10 tunes from the year, and we're starting with this one. My number 10 choice for the year was a big Ibiza anthem and took the harder edge of house into the charts. Here's Darude and Sandstorm.
It's an old sample that I found somewhere. I don't know the original sample, but I distorted, I effected it so that nobody actually can recognize it. Nobody knows what the original sound is of me. So the loop and the di-di-di-di sound, it's all mine, but I just kind of found it again. And well, lucky me, now I can say that. When you listen to Sandstorm, close your eyes. Okay, if you know the name, you might be thinking of sandstorm and desert, but you also might be thinking of, you know, some very straining activity you're, you know, doing.
It was slightly music by numbers-esque, but if there's one thing about dance tunes that are big hits, they have a magic factor. You could play two records that apparently don't have any discernibly different constituent elements, yet one will send the crowd absolutely crazy, the other will just get an average reaction. And Darude is a case in point. It just had that magic factor. The minute you put it on, you lit the blue touch paper, and it coincided with a very big summer in Ibiza for me as well. So it's irrevocably linked with Ibiza circa 2000.
Darude Sandstorm. I remember we did the Leeds Love Parade, and I think Dave played it 6 or 7 times. Yeah, and every other DJ after that played it 6 or 7 times.
Didn't they bring out Sandstorm too?
June.
Another year and yet another dance label. Hardhouse emerged as a faster and more intense alternative, breaking out of the London gay scene.
Hardhouse is huge at the moment. It derives undoubtedly from trade. Lawrence Malice, who runs the club, saw that the new beat sound, which was coming from Belgium, could be combined with house and a kind of high energy and some mild campness to it as well. And it was a hugely successful in the gay scene for many years, still is. And the public at large seem to have adopted it as well. And it's the clubland taste du jour.
Hardhouse is sped up trance, sped up commercial trance. That's basically it. You have a little breakdown in the middle, but it's nothing you're going to win a Grammy for.
Why don't they just call it happy hardcore still? That's what I don't understand. It was quite, you know, all well and good when it was called happy hardcore. Now, they've got exactly the same music, different name, and it's all trendy. Great. Not.
For me, I always find it overpowering because it was too fast. It's a sound that's become very, very cheesy. You know, it's the modern day hardcore sound. really a sound that is being supported by a younger audience, people that are going out for the first time that don't necessarily know how to dance, they just know how to run on the spot.
I really don't like it because it is not an emotional music. I can't really connect to that kind of music because it's not soulful enough, it's not vibey, not groovy enough for me, so it's just banging and tough and fast and euphoric, and it's too scary for me.
People like Hardhouse so much because it's very simple, it's right in your face, and if you're off your nut, it's the most simple and basic music you could possibly have to leap around to.
My number 9 of 2000 was a tune which crossed all the boundaries. It was originally a trance record, but a certain German producer, who Paul Oakenfold's taken a bit of a liking to, turned it into something that worked on any dance floor. Here's the Timo Maas remix of Doom's Night by Acido de Base.
Essentially, I think this is the optimal thing that can happen to a remix. I mean, our remix is really not connected to the original. We just use one sound that he sampled as well from Flat Eric. But it is, you know, this is one of those, again, this is one of those things why remixing is so essential for the market as well. So I love remixing as well. And I mean, this thing was, you can hear that still. It was just fun. We've had fun when we did that. We drank a lot of beer and just enjoyed ourselves and said, let's fuck up any major company. They refused the first remix that we've done, and we said, okay, no, here, come on. I gave that out to a lot of big DJs directly after I got my promos, and everyone was just listening to the ASAP, wasn't listening to my mix, and they put it away. And a year later, the same DJs called me and Timo, I've heard about this Acido da Bass track, can you send me a copy? I said, guys, you're too stupid. You should listen sometimes to the stuff I'm giving you.
Acido de Base, good because it started off in the techno scene, got big in the techno scene, went to the house scene, everyone played it in the house scene, then it went to the UK garage scene, and now we've got a couple of jungle remixes in it as well. So like it is going through every single scene.
When that record arrived, there was nothing else like it. Now there's been a million copies sampling it, doing this with it, doing that, spinning it backwards, spinning it forward, sending it sideways, whatever. There's always going to be copies, and that's the thing, you know, it was original.
With Ibiza fast becoming over-commercialised, Ayia Napa began to emerge as the alternative holiday venue for the serious clubber.
I think what's interesting about Ayia Napa is it's a symptom of the failure of the kind of dance music mainstream to adopt or welcome garage properly. Garage musically was and is very exciting, very different, very fresh, and it came along, and a couple of clubs experimented with garage side rooms and stuff like this, and there were some garage nights in Ibiza, but basically they couldn't really get in, and so they all went off to Ayia Napa and started their whole totally separate holiday scene, which has been really successful.
I've read so much about it as being the garage mecca, you know, of Europe, etc. And it's a really good vibe on the island. People are just doubly up for a good time. You know, the same set you could play on a wet and windy night in Hull that wouldn't go down too well. You know, you drop it in Cyprus and people just go crazy.
It is a bit like being in London because you get so many people from London out there, but what's really nice is because you're out in the sunshine and it's all about music, everyone's really happy and having a good time. So Ayia Napa is the place to be right now.
Everyone's said, oh, it's Garage Island. I mean, my experiences are far from that because I've played there for the last 2-3 years, and there's some really good hard house clubs. And the nice thing about Ayia Napa is it has got beautiful beaches, and it is gorgeous by daytime as well. And the feeling is about the place though is it's very fresh and very new, and it can really be directed in any way. It's a really lovely place to be as well. I like Ayia Napa. If I'm going on holiday, that's where I go. So you get a good combination of beautiful beaches and the clubs.
My number 8 spot goes to a Frenchman with a very dodgy haircut, and he calls himself Bob Sinclair. Here he is with his first UK top 10, Feel For You.
I can feel it. Can you feel it? I can feel it. Can you feel it? I can feel it. Can you feel it?
Just captured that whole summery party vibe. Lyrics were kind of like, okay, we didn't put too much thought into this, but it didn't need it, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't want to think too much about something. Sometimes you just want to get up and dance. And sometimes dance music tries to take itself a little too seriously, and you kind of need to go, all right, this is just about a party. And that's exactly what that record did. It didn't try to be anything. It just said, you know, I can feel it, can you feel it? And it was great. I feel for you, baby. The track was very energetic, and it just hit that summer vibe.
I love everything Bob Sinclair does because he incorporates a film sound in his music mix. He incorporates a very kind of fashionable cheesiness to it, which works. It's just great to have French music doing well in this country, full stop. It's taken a while, but I think it's here to stay.
Bob Sinclair, Feel For You, when it first came out with on White Label, was one of those tunes that it summarised Ministry of Sound in the Bar, it summarised some of the seminal nights at the Cross, and it was really out and about, and it was one of those real feel-good tunes. You know, even though it was a commercial tune, you'd know when the entire dance floor erupted when Bob Sinclair would come on, and it was one of those floor stoppers which is still going to be doing the rounds in 10 years' time.
That's it for part 1, but join me after the break when we'll be hearing from Artful Dodger, and I'll be giving you the lowdown on Ayia Napa. Welcome back to the Dance Shears. In a few minutes, we'll be hearing from Dane Bowers and finding out all about Ayia Napa. But first, back to the tunes. While many flocked to Ayia Napa, others were less impressed with the new clubbing paradise.
A different vibe to Ibiza in Ayia Napa. Obviously the garage scene is not quite as friendly. I think that everybody's a lot more liberated. You get a lot more gay people in Ibiza compared to Ayia Napa. It's a lot more, you know, garage. I was completely garaged out when I came back from Ayia Napa.
Ayia Napa's Ayia Napa for the garage, that is it. It will not, you cannot compare it as an Ibiza, it's not. It's two completely different things. And generally, you know, they're very, very hard over there on the drugs. You know, if you get caught with anything, you can get serious trouble. It's a different sort of place altogether. And it's a very fierce competition as well, because it's all in one sort of square mile of each other, all these clubs fighting it out.
People were grabbing me here, there and everywhere in Ayia Napa, whereas Ibiza, if you're wearing a tiny little non-existent skirt or a little G-string up your bum, it doesn't matter, because people, you see all kinds, transsexuals, transvestites, everything in Ibiza. So different.
Ayia Napa's not Ibiza. A lot of people go over there thinking it's a new Ibiza. Ayia Napa's not a place where it goes on all night. It shuts at 3 o'clock dead. There's no party after 3 o'clock. There's no vibe about it. It's just a commercial thing that's been born to take English people's money. And if people are stupid enough to pay it, away you go. The only thing I would say about Ayia Napa is it's got nice beaches, but apart from that, it's commercial shit.
Next up is a true two-step anthem which crossed over right at the turn of the millennium. DJ Luck and MC Neat really got lucky with this tune. They're responsible for my number 6 choice. Here's With a Little Bit of Luck.
Tanani, 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 ting boy. 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 With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. We done the falsified, we done 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 falsified.
The track was designed just as an opening record for DJ Luck, and he knew Neat, like the same area, was like, come over and MC over these beats that I've done, and that was it. And obviously he kept playing it out and, oh God, what's this? And then another DJ heard it and asked for it, and before you know it, there you go.
It wasn't never supposed to be ever released. So it was just the story to it is just amazing where it started. We've done it. It was £50 to make, playing it at the local club because that's the only place at that time I started off playing there. And then a few other clubs, and then it just started growing. I think that is probably how it's that big because of how it grew and how it started. If it was just made to be released, I don't think it would have been that successful. And the time was right. We've done a lot of PAs, but then again, I think we've done a lot of PAs because at that time of when the PA started, when you'd go to a rave, PAs had only just sort of coming into, there's your MC lineup, your DJ lineup, and we've got a PA. It really started heavily from then when people started doing PAs of tunes, so that helped a lot as well.
With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night.
The first PA was very embarrassing because he asked me to do it and I said, don't be stupid, bro, it's an intro dub. I'm going to start there and sing an intro dub. Are you like idiot or what? And he goes, what, they all sing it down at the club? So we all went down there and I didn't know any drops, I didn't know what went. And he just put it on and then everyone started singing it in time, right place, so I had to follow them. Yeah, so the first time I'd done a PA, I actually followed the crowd and done it. Just listened to when they changed out to the next bit because I didn't know.
Emerging from the UK garage scene, two-step was undoubtedly the dance sound of the year.
There's two-step garage, there's four to the floor, there's dark garage, there's happy garage, there's vocal garage. It's all garage, but just different styles.
I would define two-step as being speed garage with an offbeat, like more of an electro sort of rhythm, which I love. I love the offbeat stuff. But some of the more dubby things with the two-step, like the more instrumental-based dubs, you can fit them into an acid house set. It's like proper, it's like electro-y beats, nice trippy noises, fat bass lines. You know, that is excellent music.
Two-step is UK R&B as far as I can see. It takes elements of the jungleism which preceded it, and elements even of hardcore which preceded that, and combines it with an R&B sensibility. As someone like Craig David is, again, probably the most famous star to come out of that particular firmament.
It's getting more musical, it's getting more song-based, and I think it's becoming actually quite a serious style of music. You know, it was, quite gimmicky for a while. The odd theme tune thrown in and lots of old samples and bootlegs. But now it's really sorted itself out, and there are some good, strong singer-songwriters involved. And I think it really could go on a world stage and do some damage.
The UK garage scene is what you see right before you and out there on the streets. The kids that are, you know, in their bedrooms cooking up some futuristic styles. The kids that are grabbing a microphone and representing real. The lifestyle that we lead. The way we, you know, rock our clothes and the style and the slang that we spit on the wax, you know what I mean? And the attitude that we personify, you know what I'm saying? And the flavour that we bring to the masses. It's high-powered, it's highly entertaining, it's erotic, it's sexy.
This next tune has got to be one of the all-time greatest two-step anthems. It propelled both the producers and the singer into the limelight. It's the Artful Dodger, featuring Craig David with Rewind. Riding the two-step wave to chart supremacy, the Artful Dodger were definitely one of the biggest dance acts of the year.
Well, I'm a classically trained pianist since day one. I went to music college, moved back to Southampton, was DJing in a couple of clubs in Southampton, and I really wanted to make a record. I thought I can mix records, I understand the structure of a record. It'd be cool to go and work in a studio and try and make a record. So, literally, you know, got into dance music through Camden Market and got into producing through Yellow Pages. Picked up the phone book, phoned the local studio, happened to be Mark's studio, partner in Artful Dodger. And initially I paid him to work on a couple of tracks for me, a couple of house tracks. He'd come and hang out in the club where I was DJing, we got to know each other, became mates. And then this whole sort of speed garage thing, Double 99, 187 Lockdown, it was all sort of filtering down from London. We thought, yeah, this is good, we'll have a go at this. And we just sort of teamed up and formed Artful Dodger and just spent all day, every day, sat in the studio working on records. Mark was DJing in a club in Southampton, the Old Oriental, which is now defunct. This guy came up, he was a bit of an Artful Dodger fan, he was DJing, he'd got a couple of records in the box, he said, can I do some MCing? MC'd away, and it turned out to be Craig. And Craig said, look, you know, I've written loads of songs, I'm really into it, can I come to the studio and record some stuff? And Mark was like, yeah, come down tomorrow. As soon as Craig started singing, I remember looking at Mark and we were just like, yeah, the boy can sing. And there was never, ever a shadow of doubt. I mean, we all know now the man's a star. I mean, he's an absolute worldwide superstar who writes, you know, he's probably the greatest singer-songwriter of our generation.
Please don't turn me on. Getting late, I know I should be gone.
The one reason we've always used unknown vocalists is that there's so many talented singer-songwriters, you know, in their bedrooms, you know, working in bars and restaurants and doing karaoke who just aren't getting the chance. And, you know, we got to where we are, you know, not because we look good, because, you know, we're certainly not boy band material. You know, it's the fact that we worked hard and believed in ourselves. And in all our singers, you see a glimpse of that. You know, they'll go the extra mile, they'll work that bit harder. You know, they don't mind doing promo, they don't mind doing interviews and TVs. And I think it sends a positive message out to anyone who wants to crack not only the music business, but be an actor or whatever, that there is a way in.
Well, you wouldn't be able to escape my number 4 choice for 2000. It was written and produced by DJ and singer Sonique. Feel So Good was the tune that broke in the US charts before making it big in the UK, where it went on to go to number 1.
You always make me smile.
Obviously, I've known Sonique for quite a while. I'm having the same management, and I remember the first time I heard her play, and like she was playing sort of really jacky, sort of hard, sort of funky, sort of house sounds, and then yeah, then she came out with this sort of massive poppy, sort of trancey, singy, songy record. It was quite a shock, really, but absolute fair play to her because I've seen her rock that dance floor like never before, singing along to just tracks, and she deserves it. Absolutely wicked.
I really love the Sonique song, the Feel So Good song. I think it's great, and it's got one of those really special, quite intangible elements in it, just sort of really being really uplifting. And it's a really nice song because, for me, it's not restricted into like being a dance song. It's obviously come from something when she puts it on. You know, her voice is lovely and really soaring, and I think it's just a really lovely song, really.
For me, it's a song which sounds like it was written in '82, and suddenly, out of nowhere, it's #1. And we were away, we were out the country, thank God.
Was it #1?
Yeah, it was #1. It was #1 for weeks. I can't believe it, but it was, and it was exactly like the kind of song that you would get Mel and Kim singing, with a Euro beat on it. I mean, the combination was loathsome, absolutely repugnant. I can't believe someone did it, and I can't believe people bought it.
Sonic's Feel So Good came out around 1997, 1998, and it was only sort of top 20, top 30 hit, and maybe, I think everybody probably thought that was the last you'd ever hear of it, and then for some reason a radio station picked up her record in America, and suddenly the whole thing exploded in America for her, and obviously it was going to be a massive hit over here.
That's it for part 2. Join me after the break when we'll be hearing from Dame Bowers, and I'll be giving you the lowdown on MCing. Welcome back to the dance years and the year that was 2000. In a minute we'll be hearing from Dame Bowers and finding out what was my #1 tune of the year. Barry White refused to allow his voice to be used in my #3 of 2000, so the producers got an impersonator to copy his voice and appear in the video. Still a great tune though. Here's Black Legend with You See the Trouble With Me.
1975, we brought you an album with a song.
I was given Black Legend by Louis Vega in 1990, early summer of 99, on the original label, and it was fresh. And I remember was giving me this record and saying, you gotta play this record, they're gonna love it. And I remember playing the record, I just listened to it once in my head and I was like, oh my God. And it wrecked, it killed. And it was funny because nobody was able to find this record. But of course it ended up being released commercially, you know, it got picked up, but it wasn't until like, you know, like the next summer that the record was popular, like in Ibiza and everywhere in the world, it was, you know, all of a sudden the new thing.
Trouble with me, can't do nothing, and it's plain as can be, girl, you're gonna drive me crazy.
He's good as a performer. I watched him, you know, he's got a happy attitude. It needs more people like that because that positive energy radiates and, you know, it can help somebody throughout the week or something. And, you know, I look for tracks like that even as far as things that I go out and collect. You know, it's always, it has to have a meaning.
Take a fairly kind of monotonous, tough edge beats, not a lot going on, marry it with the greatest singing walrus the man's ever known, and it just sent shivers up my spine the first time I heard it.
They tell us to make some noise and keep the party going, but what really makes a good MC?
You have to have your freestyle skills on
on cock, you know what I mean? Because you don't know what's going to happen in the place, you know? You might have to chat certain lyrics about something that's going on right now in the club, you know? Like when I was in Tenerife 2 weeks ago, you know, I was in this club and I just see these girls dancing around their handbags and stuff, and it was proper like Sharon and Tracy land, you know? I was on the mic and I was chatting like, Sharon and Tracy, just dance around your handbags to me. Feel a journalist, emulating the melanin, the lyric, and every word of it feminine. And it's just like you just must mess about and you just do things, you know? And it's like, it works. And anytime I chat that now, they put down their handbag and dance around their handbag, and it's like a gesture back to me. And I just get vibes for that, you know what I'm saying?
Who got the knack for this new school track? MC, down for you get black. Get live, revive your 45. It's the old school flavor, but the new school ride. Inside, hold them up, hit them with the lyrics and beats don't collide. Hands, hold them up, lively, shuck this party all night.
People think MCing is all about giving loads of like rhymes and all that. And to me, it's about crowd participation, getting the people involved, you know, getting them to sing a little bit of a song here and there, a little bit of shouting involved, a little bit of hands in there, a little screaming, a little bit of saying, yeah, you know, just feeling a part of that night and becoming a part of it. And to me, that's what MCing is all about, rather than, you know, MC means master of ceremonies, and the master of ceremonies is supposed to like take charge and that, get everybody involved, and that's what we try and do as a team.
You have different sets of crowds. Some people are uproar, big party vibe. Some people are a bit laid back. You have to work with the crowd. As I said, you get different types of crowds. So when they're not looking too vibrant, try different things, try new things, ask the crowd to shout back things to you, be comical where possible, you know what I mean? And just integrate with the crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, mothers are leaning up some rap back bass. Now, let me take the time to explain a rhyme. If you got the time, listen, we got the place. We just push up the bass and turn it up. Ready or not, rap back, we make it hot. Time to smash, it's a matter of fact, yeah, you choose to the rap pack, and we got some impact. Nevertheless, we give you more than the rest and the best is the bass. Know what I'm saying? Cause the music we be playing from side to side, we keep the people swaying. So keep dancing, say it loud, that you're proud to be part of the rap pack crowd. A new age, a brand new phrase, so get ready and roll up for the rap pack craze.
Poor Dame Bowers and Posh Spice were pipped to the post for the #1 spot in the summer of 2000 by this next act. It's my #2 choice of the year, and it's sure to be a classic for many years to come. It features a brilliant disco sample, beautiful vocals from Sophie Ellis-Baxter, and is named after a famous club in Miami. It's Spiller with Groove Jet.
I kind of like to tell myself that I like it for really ironic reasons, for like so cheesy, it's good reasons, but I don't. The truth is I like it because it's a brilliant, brilliant record.
Is an Italian DJ, an Italian very tall male DJ who lives in Venice, where lots of people apparently are called Spiller. So he's Mr. Spiller, basically. And he had an instrumental track called Groove Jet that had been around for about 18 months before I met with it. I was sort of oblivious to this fact and just got sent, and I thought it was just a backing track, you know, just an instrumental waiting for a song to be written on top. And at first I put it on and I thought, you know, I don't really know why I've been sent this. I'm someone who's come from a guitar band. I don't really have a place in dance music. But for me, I thought that the song was kind of quite disco, and it has got guitars in it, which is a selling point for me. And I also saw it as quite a good opportunity to put to work into a kind of quite classic song structure on top of essentially a dance-style song.
She wrote the song, Sophie,
and she wrote the hook already. From the first CD we got, the hook was already the way it was. We had some little changements about other things, but she wrote the hook for Group Jet as well. She's very, very good. She's a very good singer, and we loved her voice, and it was very easy to work with her, and she was just to the point and everything.
That record reminds me of ABBA. Why does it feel so? Why does it feel so? It makes you smile, even just singing it. Puts a smile on your face, it makes you feel good, and that's the whole essence of club music. It makes you feel good.
He survived life in a boy band, a duet with Posh Spice and a relationship with Jordan. It's been a hectic couple of years for Dane Bowers.
I never wanted to be a singer. I've always been DJ. You know, my dad was a big DJ, so I had a set of 1210s around the house when I was about 10. You know, so I mean, I've always kind of been around that and always wanted to do that. More as, you know, a hobby and as for fun. And I think when I was about 15 or 16, I started doing mobile discos. And then from there, you know, getting into another level for me wasn't something I always wanted to do. But when I was there, that's it, that's what I wanted to do. I found out that it was something I loved to do. And from there, obviously, with the profile being quite high, people were intrigued in me DJing. So I found it easier to get, you know, to get gigs and to get slots.
I'm gonna show you I'm not crazy, boy, you're wasting my time. I'm not wasting your time. You're out of your mind.
Working with Victoria was cool. You know, the whole idea of that was to make a very underground garage track with Jules, which is what they did. You know, when I had the track with no vocals on, it's a dark track. And what I wanted to do with that was to write a whole song over the top, not just like make it a dub, not just a few little, you know, catchy lyrics or just, you know, little catchy phrases. And then I wanted a huge artist to work on it as well, just to make it, you know, basically make it commercial, to make it crossover, and to show that, you know, people are listening to that type of music. So we did that. Obviously with Victoria on it, that opened a lot of eyes and ears to the sound, and people were very intrigued, you know, at garage at that point anyway. You got the few kind of ignorant people giving it all the selling out bit, which I find is great. It really makes me laugh, because, you know, everyone wants their music to be heard. Everyone wants people to understand and to get into what they're doing, and that's what we did. You know, we made a great track, and we made it work on so many different levels: parents, kids, underground bods, you know, everything. So, you know, that was the aim, and I think it worked pretty well.
Well, it was a bit of a close call between Spiller and my #1 tune of 2000. I reckon this one's just got the edge, though. It's yet another French classic production, and it's one for the guys. Here's Mojo with Lady.
Track that everybody was just singing to death in Ibiza, Mojo Lady. It just couldn't get away from it, you know, from waking up in the morning, you'd get out of bed and you'd hear the person on the next balcony playing it, right, so, you know, it got played 15 times a day in every cafe you were sat in, and you get to a club in the evening and play it again, and you just couldn't get away from it, and it just summed up the whole summer.
one of the most significant records for me and probably everybody that attended Ibiza last year, Mojo. I just think the song is so brilliant and so catchy. It's like the song that new lovers are going to sing to each other. It's the song that all the girls are going to scream at and get on that dance floor first. It's the song that never fails to give you the perfect uplift. And it's got all of the rocking elements that you need for it to be a perfect club worldwide smash.
So right as we dance by the moonlight, can't you see you're my delight? Lady, I just feel like I won't get you out of my mind. I feel love for the first time, and I know that it's true.
That's it for 2000, but join me next time for 2001, the final programme in the series. As usual, I'll be giving you 10 dance classics, and we'll be hearing from Pete Tong about his career as a DJ. We'll also be getting all techie when we check out some futuristic decks. I'll see you then.